Hello, this is Tombstone X, and headshots. What are they? Headshots. I'm sure you're going to tell me. Well, Tyrannosaurus X. Headshots are when you shoot them in the head for double damage, or a damage multiplier. You idiots! Not in Civivio. Not in Civivio. There has been an ongoing debate on headshots, and I've seen it on Reddit and Discord. There are so many complaints about the current way headshots are implemented, because it is not what you would think. There has even been an ongoing petition, or at least a lot of people have either wanted headshots gone, and there's a lot on the other side that want to keep headshots. Even the developer himself has said he will not remove them, but I'll get to that. In any normal game, headshots are when you hit them in the head, potentially for more score or more damage. That's obvious, but in Civivio, it's a little bit sneakier, because headshots, according to people that I've seen say this, it is a 15% chance to land a headshot. To land a headshot, a 15% chance. For 3 or 4 months, I did not even know headshots existed until one person mentioned this to me, and it really opened up my mind, because you can never know if you landed a headshot on anyone. The only way you can know is if someone lands a headshot on you. It would be a lot easier to know if you landed a headshot and if you killed someone because of you landing headshots, because you can never know. Now, some weapons have a multiplier, some of them don't, like melee weapons, they have no headshots and they have no multiplier. But rifles, LMGs, pistols and shotguns, they all have headshots, and they all have a headshot multiplier, ranging from 1.5 times to 2 times the damage. If you land one, that is. That is not headshots. 15% chance to land one is not a headshot. That is a critical hit, as you would know in many games. Headshots imply that you hit them in the head. What is the Civivio character? Just look at it. The Civivio character is essentially one giant ball for a head and 2 smaller balls for arms. The majority of the time you hit the head. The artwork does not easily show where the head is, because if you look at it properly, the whole giant circle is the head. So calling it headshots is ridiculous. It's a critical hit. If you want to introduce headshots, make sure it's because they hit a headshot. But how can you do that when you have 3 specific designs? It shouldn't work like that. Now, getting on to the 15% chance. Supposedly it is still in to make new players much easier to kill the elite players, the better players. When I find that to be false, for some reasons. One, because new players don't know what headshots are. They won't even know they exist until someone tells them, or they find out through trial and error when being shot at by a player. Second, the much better players will land far more shots on any player compared to a rookie, compared to a newbie, compared to a new player. Sure, if that new player is decent and can potentially beat a better player, fine. But if it's being introduced just so that there's more balance between the rookie and the rookie and the elite players, you are wrong. Because you can argue these headshots were introduced to stop new players, or to stop better players, or to stop any player. It just doesn't work like that. Rookie beats rookie. How did they win? Oh, by 1 more headshot, instead of using their actual aim and skill to eliminate them. It's not the same. Headshots do not show much of a purpose, and even if they were removed, the current game would not be much different. That's what makes headshots useless. A 15% chance by default on certain weapons will not make much of a difference. No, actually, I'm wrong. It does make a difference. because I've seen it many times. A headshot makes a difference no matter who you are. Now, I don't think they should be removed. They're in the game, they should still be in the game. And all of these people that keep saying, remove headshots, I don't think that would work anyway. You won't see much of a difference if they're removed. You don't see much of a difference if they were removed and then brought back, which just proves how useless headshots are. Now, since headshots will not be removed, maybe it's better to tweak the mechanic so that it's a little easier to know if you hit a headshot, or if you absolutely wanted to, remove the default 15% chance of a headshot. Introduce extra equipment between level 1 to 3 that could enhance your chance of hitting a critical hit. I'm not going to call them headshots, they are critical hits. That is absurd, they are critical hits. Maybe then it could be slightly more appreciated. If you don't want to do that, what you can do is give some kind of indicator, whether if it's a line that says headshot somewhere in the game, just so that we know that we hit a critical hit. So developers, if you don't want to remove headshots, that is fine, keep headshots, but at least understand that there is a fundamental problem with headshots, with critical hits, because if you don't do anything about it, this remove headshots campaign, this whole argument with headshots will never stop. At least if you try and tweak it, at least if you try and bring a solution, you won't be bothered as much by many players saying remove headshots, they are useless, they don't give any benefits, which they kinda don't. But that's besides the point. The point is, you are not doing anything to make it easier to know that you hit a critical hit or not. And that's the issue I have. And most people did not know that it existed until they found out by themselves, or someone told them, or they looked at a wiki. It's kind of sneaky, but since it's common knowledge in the community that headshots exist, it's been exposed. Something needs to be done. I just said a couple of ideas, not necessarily solutions, but ideas, because this discussion needs to be limited and stopped, because I'm sure you as developers are tired of it by now, and if you're not going to tweak it a little bit just so that headshots are at least more useful or respected, you are not going to get anywhere. Should headshots be removed? Well, even if I wanted them to be removed, they will not, because the developers have said, and it looks like they're here to stay. Whether you like them or not, you're going to have to deal with them. Just hopefully, hopefully, there will be an update by the developers to help us understand when we hit a headshot, when we hit. So as much as many of you want them removed, you're just going to have to face the fact that they won't be removed. And that's a shame. Instead of continuously saying that they should be removed, how about instead of that you somehow try and persuade the developers to change them a little bit, because at least since they are so adamant not to remove them, this is a better idea. Will that happen? I don't know, but personally this is what I would do, because until the developer has a radical change of mind, headshots are not going to be removed anytime soon. There may be a lot of you that could disagree with me on this, and that's fine, because I can perfectly understand why. And originally, I was against headshots, but I've just accepted it, because as much as maybe they should have been removed, it's not going anywhere. And so this is the better option. But what do I know? I'm just an idiot playing a video game. Online. Feel free to voice your opinion in the comments, because it is, let's say, a heated discussion. It seems to be a heated discussion. So if you have a passionate view on headshots, which should really be called critical hits, and I'm going to refer them as such from now on, I hope, tell us all. But whatever, what's done is done. That is all I have to say on this topic, for now, I think, and until we meet again. Ciao.
Headshot.